What's up, YouTube? Get asked a lot on like Instagram and by my buddies and shit, like tips on builds and like I don't know, little tricks and what helps. So I just decided I'm gonna start doing some build videos. Just kind of show you what I do instead of trying to explain it with my fucking texting on my phone, you know, getting into detail. So yeah, I'll try to do videos as much as possible. Pretty busy. I got a bunch of atomizers coming in. Gonna be doing some giveaways on Instagram pretty soon. So if you want to follow me on there for the giveaways, it's Savage Raps, Savage_Raps. Yeah, we're gonna do probably a couple build videos on some decks and then do them giveaways on Instagram, so that way you can see, you know, if you win it, you know how it's made. So what else? Just gonna do a simple build. Gonna do fuse Clapton parallel. So pretty much flavor build. It's just gonna have a little bit less ramp up time because it's got that parallel strand in there, kind of heat things up a little quicker. So yeah, I don't need like super crazy big pulse holes for this one. You don't need like swivels for this, but it does help. Once we get into like crazier builds, it's definitely something you're gonna want to invest in getting. I mean, it's like what, $2 for the setup, and it just makes things come out so much cleaner and it's so much easier. So if you're gonna get into building, I would definitely invest in some ball bearings, ball bearing swivels, and some, what are they called? Just little fishing clips. I forgot what the hell they're called. Those little clips you attach a swivel to. So yeah, that should be it. Might as well get into it. Alright, so today we're going to be using 26 gauge for our cores, and then we're going to wrap that. This side I use 38 gauge. Got some of it left, might as well run that up. So I get my next spool. Probably going to parallel it with 24. So 26 gauge, 38 gauge wrap, and then parallel with 24. So what we're going to start out doing, take off let's see, about, I always use more, about arm's length, 26. We're gonna straighten this with our drill. Stick this in the chuck. Grab some pliers. Come here. And just hold tension on this and spin this for like 5 seconds or so. And a little, if you do it fast, like 5 seconds, I usually don't do it too fast. There we go. take this, bend it in half. Alright, now move you over here. I just got these swivels on this little block, so I'm just going to run that through. I like to bend the legs 2 different ways, especially if you have a drill chuck that doesn't clamp all the way down. Definitely helps to do that. Or if you're twisting wire, take pliers and clamp right here. Take another set and do some pre-twist, and then should be big enough it'll just catch right on. So it's another little trick to kind of get that in there. Okay, now that we got that loaded up, take our 38 gauge. Stick that in the chuck. Just kind of spin it a couple times, get it caught in there. Once got it going. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to keep tension on both. When you're doing any kind of Clapton, just keep it at a straight 90. And if you're doing like something wavy, like alien rap or something, you kind of want to lean forward, give it room. But yeah, with Claptons, just keep it at a solid 90, and it usually stays pretty consistent. So So we're just gonna try to spin this up now. Just keep enough tension between your two fingers on the spool to where it's keeping a solid line, but you're not really pulling on it. You're just kind of slowly letting it spin. That should be good. Now once you get to the end here, where is that? Right here. Can't see this shit. I don't know if you can see this or not. But once you get to the end, pull it back towards the way you're Claptoning and let it overlap a couple times, and this will kind of keep the tension so that when you're wrapping it don't want to pull out, or you know, doesn't want to come apart. It stays on there pretty good. So just gonna do that a couple times. We're good to go. Just gonna cut this. Alright, so now we got our piece. Cut this end. So now we have our fused Clapton ready to go. I don't know if you can see that, but that small gauge wire looks really nice when you keep it nice and tight like that. Kinda can tell where the two are parallel. Fuse lower gauge, it just kinda makes it look like one big circle, so it's nice to use smaller gauge wire if you can. Alright, so we got that part done. Where's my 24 gauge? Right here. Alright, so now we're going to do the same thing. Same thing that we did with the 26, just going to straighten a piece of this. Secure that in the drill. Grab the end. About 5 seconds. Now one thing when you're doing this, if it's a short enough piece like this, when you straighten it, while you're keeping that tension, you can come up with your cutters and you can clip it while you're holding the pliers. You can clip it and this wire is not going to buckle up on you and bend and get all messed up. Otherwise, if it's a longer piece, I like to, while you're holding the tension, just run my finger down it, and then while I'm holding it as close as I can to the pliers, I'll let go and it'll recoil a little bit, but if you're holding that tension, the wire should stay pretty straight. So I've never had a problem with it doing it that way, so it's just, you know, if you want to try it with the cutters, it'll little trick. I don't know, it's not necessary. Clip these ends. Okay, so now we got our fused Clapton and our 24 gauge. I'm going to be using I've been liking the 2.4 millimeter. The 3 ain't bad. I don't know. I think because lately I've been doing like crazy big builds, so I kind of need to cut down on the diameter so I can fit it all in the deck, but we'll go with that today. So what I like to do is wrap them separate. I'll wrap the fused Clapton first, and then I'll come back through with the 24 gauge. You can wrap them both if you want, but it's kind of easier to keep them nice and uniform if you wrap one and then you come through with the single strand and wrap it, because you can really keep it tight, and that way it sits in there nice and uniform. Alright, so I'm gonna do 5 wrap on this one. And 5. So I got that wrapped up. Just gonna cut. Set that to the side. Wrap our second. When I wrap these, I leave a tiny bit of space just so that 24 just pops in there. You don't want it too loose because these are kind of tiny bit springy, so it's easier to force the 24 in and keep them compact than to have it too loose and then trying to, you know, squeeze it back together, because especially if you have like regular Claptons, that could be a nightmare trying to keep those together. I'm sure if you've gone this far, you've already done some regular Claptons, so I'm sure you know. And 5. Let's take our 24 and cut this in half. Yeah, roughly. That looks good. Okay, now what I do is I'll take, let me get some light on here. I'll take this and I'll just run the 24 gauge. It'll be on this side, sorry. I'll take the coil and I'll run the 24 right along and then rewrap it. If you want to do it where you have it go on the outside and enclose the fuse Clapton, what I do, I do it like I normally said on the inside, but leave it longer, leave it like maybe double the length, and then wrap the inside and then flip it and then come back and then wrap it one more for the outside. I found that to be a little bit easier to kind of keep it nice and uniform next to the Clapton instead of trying to hold it here and then keep it going. I mean, it can get kind of wonky, so that's just a little tip. I mean, that's the way I do it. You can do it either way. But anyways, enough talking, I'm going to wrap this up. So yeah, like I said, I just hold it parallel and just put it right in the gap and then just follow it around. That's the nice thing about doing it separate. You can really tug on this and it fits right in there. And then it's nice and uniform. And then it's nice and set. I don't know if you can see that. This camera's being shitty. Yeah, see what I mean? It gets a lot nice and tight if you wrap it separately. And then, for the most part, your leads pretty much stay nice parallel with the Clapton. So, yep, there's one done. I'm just going to clip this even with this leg. And then, oh yeah, this one too. Oh, that's good. So yeah, one done, one to go. And just like that. There we go. Alright, we're gonna install this on the phenotype. I actually have been using this quite a bit. When I got my Twisted Messes, I was using it religiously. Like, there was nothing I would even touch that was like, I don't know. I think it's the build deck. Like, I mean, it kills it. Like, I just ordered 10 of the black and gold ones, and then another one that's kind of like it. What the hell is it? 13 Heavens, 9 Hells. Ordered 10 of those too. Because, yeah, I like the deck, so why not get a bunch? But, yeah. The only thing I gotta say, I wish this thing had single airflow. Because I've been making like a bunch of these stapled helix coils, and they fit in there real nice, but you can't really do dual on them. Well, you can, not on my box because it'd be way too low. It's like 0.12. Well, yeah, I think the 8-ply one was 0.12. So yeah, could only do a single one on my box, and it was, I don't know, I just wish it had single airflow. That'd be nice. So if they make a V2 or something, that would definitely be a bonus if you guys see this. Probably not. So what I like to do is install it, and then I suppose we can do it the regular way with this one. Get that right side snug, tighten that down. Okay, push it over it. Tighten this one down. And I just tighten these down so that when I move the legs, the coil itself doesn't shift. So let's take these. Put them down to the side. Now loosen her back up. Take your second one. Alright, that was a lot harder than it needed to be. Where's my other... Get both these in there, just kind of squeeze them together. And once they're pretty centered, come in and tighten these down. Oh, goddamn. I could have pushed that one in there a little more. There we go. That's one thing that can be kind of a pain when you have 4 different wires coming out and you're trying to hold everything together while you're tightening down. Can be a pain. But once they're in there, it's worth it. Alright, cut all these freaking leads. Come back in one more time, make sure that it's snug. And we'll center them out. Make sure same height, pretty centered for the most part. Well, looks about as good as it's gonna get. So, so there we have it, the fused Clapton parallel. Turned out pretty good, pretty clean. It'll vape good anyway. Let's see, dual, probably 0.1. I used Alcanthal, so right around 0.1. So I'd definitely use this on like a parallel box or a regulated. You could throw it on a tube mod, it would get pretty hot, but I don't know, some of you kids are crazy. It's up to you. Just be safe, know your batteries, know your Ohm's law and stuff, so, you know, just be careful. Alright. So there you have it. The fuse Clapton parallel, not too difficult. Figured I'd start with something simple, just something that, you know, wouldn't need to get crazy in. I mean, even if you do the, if you're like a beginner and you do your parallel, your fuse Clapton a little spaced out where you can see the cores and stuff, not a big deal. I mean, if you're not looking to put it online for pictures or whatever, it'll still vape great, not a big deal. Just try not to overlap them when you're Claptoning, and you shouldn't have a problem. Yeah, just to save time, I didn't wick it and vape it. So on the next one, I definitely will, because it'll be something cool. So definitely want to show you guys, if you put that kind of time and effort into something, you know, how it produces and the flavor, cloud production and stuff, and wicking techniques. So on my next video I'll definitely get more into that. I think that's about it. Like I said, if you want to follow me on Instagram, Savage Raps, Savage_Raps. Waiting on some vape mail. Once I get my RDAs in, definitely be doing some giveaways. Yeah, I guess once I put this up, comment on a build you'd like to see, or something that you'd like to add in a video, you know, like just, I don't know, whatever. Any questions you have, just let me know. And yeah, just add what you'd like to see me build next time. Otherwise, I think I have something in mind, so yeah, try doing these builds more often, get some videos out there, get you guys building some cool stuff. So yeah, hope this helps. Peace.